Hey everybody, Rachel back with you. I hope that y'all are having a phenomenal week. But just like every week, I'm here to discuss a new topic with y'all. So the topic that we are going to discuss today, it's kind of something we've discussed in the past, but we're gonna go way more in depth. So basically what I want to cover today is, essentially changes that I've seen in, attraction, romantic attraction, but then also physical, mental, emotional changes from, intimacy, I guess is the best way to put it. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. Now, before my transition, if y'all remember, before my transition, I essentially was masquerading or identified as a straight man. And now, if you were to ask me today, I would tell you that I am a straight trans woman. And of course what I mean by that is I'm a transgender woman who likes men, exclusively is attracted to men. Now, one thing I hear a lot is that essentially my hormones, my estrogen, my testosterone blocker, everything of that sort, is essentially what caused me to lose my attraction to women. And I will tell you honestly, I don't think, in my personal opinion, I don't think that's true. And the reason I say that, I always noticed men. I always found men attractive, but I didn't want to admit to myself that I found men attractive. I don't know. I grew up in a small town in a very conservative area where the LGBT community was not prevalent. So I didn't want to be that person. I didn't. I didn't want to admit that at the time I was a male-identifying person who was attracted to men. Now, of course, I'd mentioned that I had identified as a straight man, so people might ask, well, what happened to the attraction with women? And let me tell you, the women I was attracted to, if you look at the women I dated, if you knew the women I dated previous to coming out, I will tell y'all that they were mid-height, like 5'4" to like 5'7", mid-height, blonde hair, blue-eyed women. I had a type. And I look at it now, I'm 5'10". I've many a time debated getting colored contacts, getting blue colored contacts, because I always thought blue eyes were just so beautiful. And look at my hair. It's naturally brunette, but notice how it fades down into blonde. Essentially, I was attracted to the person I always wanted to be. And that took a lot of self-reflection and a lot of self-realization to come to that rationale. But it's true. I was attracted to the woman that I wanted to be. And I want to thank my therapist for helping me figure that out, because like I said, that was a pretty big self-identifying moment right there. And of course, like, if you are bisexual, if you're pansexual, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. You do you. But that explains, at least to me, how I was able to move from identifying as a straight man to identifying as a straight trans woman. And that blows my mind. That absolutely blows my mind, that journey that I went on to get there. But, so as far as do hormones change your attraction? I'm not a scientist. I'm not gonna say yes, I'm not gonna say no. But in my opinion, in my experience, it didn't. It just kind of helped me shed that, oh my gosh, what are people gonna think? I didn't have to worry about that because, hey, I'm already in the community, I'm already coming out, so if you're gonna hate me, you're gonna hate me. If you're gonna love me, you're gonna love me. But, yeah. So that kind of covers my portion on attraction. I just want to double back to that real quick, because I can understand how that would be confusing in this story about intimacy and the emotion behind it and everything of that sort. So just remember, as I'm kind of going through this, that I went from being a straight man to a straight trans woman, and there was no, like, in between there. Like, we went from one extreme to the other, and that was just my experience. That's how I did it. Not saying there's a right way or wrong way, that's just what I did. So anyhow, intimacy is a lot different. If you see my cats in the background, I'm sorry. They have lives of their own. They run this house. They just let me live here. But anyway, so, as I was saying, I went from one extreme to the other in terms of intimacy, and it's changed a ton. Before my hormones, I really didn't take a lot of care in my physical appearance down there, and that's really changed. I've shaved things I never thought I was gonna shave. I bleached things I never thought I was gonna bleach. It's been an experience. Biggest thing I would tell you when it comes to shaving, I use Nair. But make sure to get the sensitive Nair, because otherwise, ouchie. My experience, pro tip, do with it what you will. But outside that, let's talk about everything that goes with it. So for me, intimacy's gotten a lot more emotional before my hormones. We'll put it that way. Before hormones, it was purely a physical thing. It was a physical thing to get pleasure. Now, it's much more of a emotional experience. Physically, I might not always be in the mood, but I generally, even if I'm not in the mood but my partner is, I'm generally there for it. Because I want to make my partner happy. I want to make my partner feel good. And I want to feel that connection between us. On top of that, prior to hormones, if I was out of a relationship, if I was not, currently involved with somebody, I had no problem sleeping around or trying to. Now I'm very, very selective on who I'm with. Going back to my prior self, it was purely a physical thing for me, and now it's turned into a emotional thing. It's turned into a very emotional experience. Along with that, pre-hormones, this is gonna sound weird to say, and remember, I'm trying to get this channel monetized, so I am watching the words that I use, so bear that with me. If I'm taking a second to pause, I'm finding the right word so that I'm not being overly graphic here. But before my hormones, getting to the top of the mountain was a guarantee. It never not happened. Whether it lasted 90 seconds or whether it lasted 55 minutes. Marathon. I always got mine. I always got my finish. Now, it's a lot harder for me to get there. And I think it's a lot harder because I'm more mentally aware. I'm more emotionally invested. So, if I'm not feeling it emotionally, it's not gonna happen. In fact, of the partners that I've had, literally only one of them has gotten me there. So, to that person, thank you. And there's not anything wrong with that. Like, it's just, I need that solid emotional connection to get there. And that's kind of been a pretty drastic difference. So, yeah, I mean, a big change. Ultimately, when I do get there, prior to my hormones, it was a 2-second release, and I'm done. And I continue on my day. Now, it's that 2-second release is 60 seconds, 120 seconds, 180 seconds of just absolutely pure pleasure. Like, oh my god. And it's one of those where it's so intense that, like, I'm not walking for a second afterward because I'm dazed and confused. I don't know where I am. I'm seeing colors. I'm smelling sounds. Like, it's... whoa. If I am, by myself, just kind of having some fun with my body, I can go 2 to 3 times, where prior to hormones, I'm sorry about that. Prior to hormones, it was a one and done. One, and then I am passed out for the next, 8 hours. So, yeah. So that's kind of, the big thing there. There was so many emotional changes. There was so many, physical changes of my routine, getting ready, and what that looks like, what that doesn't look like. And it's been a whirlwind experience for me. But ultimately, for me, it's all for the better. And I feel like it's all for the better because this is indeed who I really am. And I absolutely love it. I love every aspect of being who I am now. From the romantic, intimate side, to just the living my day by day. Y'all, I absolutely love this channel. I absolutely love what we're building here. As always, please, please, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. As always, hit me up with suggestions for content for this channel, both in the comment section of this video and also in the DMs of my Instagram. That helps me so extremely much because I created this channel to help you, to help other trans people throughout their transition. And I do this as kind of a blog or a vlog for me, but I also do this as a way to help you. So those suggestions of the types of things you want to hear help me tremendously. So of course I'll leave my Instagram at name or whatever in the comments or in the description of this video, like I always do, and you can find me on there as well. Okay. All right, everybody. It has been amazing talking to you. I hope you like my new setup here. I think it just makes the video quality so much better. Just really makes it so much easier to work with. So, hey, I will talk to you next time. Have a fantastic week. Bye.